Hey everyone, it's Dr. Alex George. I'm the Youth Mental Health Ambassador for the UK Government. I'm collaborating with Place to Be this year for Children's Mental Health Week. I love Place to Be, and I just want to give a huge shout out to them to start with. They do so much work around the country, supporting young people, teachers, parents, in looking after your mental health, and I think that's absolutely incredible. And yeah, just a huge thank you to them. First of all, I've worked with them over the last few years on lots of different campaigns and projects, and without people like Place to Be and charities and organisations that do that work, where would we be? So huge thanks to them. Now, the theme of this Mental Health Awareness Week, of Children's Mental Health Awareness Week, is around connectivity, connecting with others. We know that social media can be an amazing tool to connect with people. You know, you can follow friends on there, keep in touch with them, you can connect with interests and hobbies and things that you're passionate about, which is amazing. But what we don't want is people to be so connected online, in the online space, that they're losing that in real life, in-person connectivity. So what I mean by that is, you know, spending 4 or 5 hours on your phone, not being able to kind of engage in conversation with family around the table, you know, looking at the people around you, having that non-verbal communication. So, you know, looking at someone's face, they're smiling, the way they're behaving, not just what they're saying over text and things, but how people are behaving in person is absolutely vital for our mental health. Humans are not designed to live on their own. We're designed to work through problems together. We're designed to be as families and as units and as communities together. So what I'd like to talk to you about, first of all, is how important it is to recognise in yourself maybe signs that you're becoming a little bit isolated, a bit lonely, and what you can do to change that. A lot of people think that as someone in the public eye, that you know, someone that's famous, that we don't get lonely. But that isn't true at all, because yes, I have, you know, lots of followers. I've got a couple of million followers on Instagram. That doesn't mean that I'm surrounded and I feel connected to all of them. Of course, I'm so grateful for the following I have, and I have an amazing audience on there. But I need that in real life connection too. And I've probably got about 6 or 7 friends, which for me is enough. And I have a really good relationship with them, make time for those people, to spend time with them, sitting, talking, eating together, cooking together, going out for walks. That's the connection that really matters to me. So whenever you're looking online and thinking, oh, they've got 5 million followers, they've got 100,000 followers, they must have loads of friends. That isn't necessarily true. So please don't feel alone in that at all. So some little things and tips I would give: make time each day to talk to your family. So go and chat with your mum or your brother, your sister. How are you doing? What's going on? Have a laugh with them. Make time each week to hang out with your friends, whether it's in the park or the playground, or, you know, outside of school, wherever is safe. And get involved in creative hobbies. A great way to connect with other people. So what I'd like to do, I've got a little activity for you. And we've come up with this with Place to Be, and I think it's a great one. So I'd like you to break away in groups, whether it's school or so on. Just break away into groups and have a little debate amongst you. So what I'd like you to do is to consider how you as young people can think of ways to use your voice to connect with people who feel marginalised or disconnected. So an example of these groups, or ways we can consider this: can boys and men be feminists? An interesting one. How can white people show they are anti-racist? So racism, we're talking about prejudice towards a group, an ethnic minority, a marginalised group. How can we be anti, so not be that? How can white people show that they are anti-racist? How can straight people be allies of those who identify as LGBTQI+? So how can we, even if you are straight, how can you actually stand with them and make them feel together as part of a wider community? How can extroverts leave enough room in social spaces for introverts to have their voice heard? So introverts gather energy on their own, extroverts gather energy from other people, and often extroverts will therefore go and seek energy when they're around other people, whereas introverts might shy away. How can bystanders intervene safely when they witness bullying behaviour? So I do think, for me, I'm not going to get involved in your debate too much, but I think it's very important that bystanders don't just stay there and just let bullying happen, that if it's safe to do so, that we intervene and, you know, we try and support anyone that's being bullied. So there's a great topics to discuss. Go through all of them if you have time. Either way, I think it's fantastic that you are taking this time to consider mental health as a whole, and particularly the topic of this year. A huge thanks to all of you watching. I hope you enjoy the discussion. I'd be interested to hear some of your responses. I guess if you're watching this on some of the platforms that we can see, then it'd be great to see your responses. Thank you to the teachers as well, and of course, the place to be. Huge thanks. Take care, everyone, and goodbye.